Hi, it's Mining44 here, and today I invite you to a review of the Aimwin PN320 Open reflex sight. The sight was provided for the review by Aimwin. Aimwin PN320 is an open reflex sight with an RMR mount. In today's material I will show you how it's built and what functions it has, and I will tell you how it performed. But first let's start with a small unboxing. The sight comes to us in a black cardboard box, on the front of which we can find a graphic representation of the sight. On the side we can find how the reticle looks like. On the back there is a short description of the buttons and knobs. In the box itself we will find short instructions in English, cleaning cloth, mounting screws, key for installing the sight and its adjustment, Allen key for the battery drawer, spare CR1632 battery, and the Aimwin PN320 sight itself. Let's take a closer look at it. The dimensions of the sight are 28.2 mm high, 45.3 mm long, and 30.07 mm wide. Its weight is only a little over 37 grams. The sight is made of 86061 T6 aluminum and it's covered with hard anodizing coating. Its shape is quite interesting and may be appealing. The rounded back and a small roof above the glass give it a rather characteristic look. The glass itself is recessed at the bottom, and at the top it is additionally covered by a small roof, so reloading the gun while resting the front of the sight on something should not damage the glass. On the left side there are two buttons to control the sight. On top we find a vertical adjustment knob. On the left there is a horizontal adjustment knob and a battery drawer, thanks to which we do not have to unscrew the sight from the gun to replace the battery. After unscrewing two screws we can pull out the drawer. The CR1632 battery is already installed. The drawer has a small O-ring that is supposed to provide waterproofness at IPX7 level. We turn on the sight by briefly pressing the up arrow button. It also increases the brightness, and holding it will change the aiming point. The down arrow button decreases the brightness, and holding it down turns off the sight. The sight has a standby function that turns off the reticle when the sight is motionless for 5 minutes. But when movement is detected, the point will start with the previous settings. When it comes to the sight adjustment, the clicks are very clear both mechanically and audibly. One click is 1 MOA, and the adjustment range is ± 15 MOA. Factory zero is at 100 yards. The side buttons click noticeably under the finger and are also clearly audible. The size of the sight is between the regular RMR and my Holosun comp, so it's a nice compromise between window size and dimensions. Since the sight has a standard RMR mount which is very popular, it should be easy to find mounting plate for it. Its installation on the gun is very simple. Just screw it to the mounting plate with the appropriate force. I marked the screws to make sure they don't unscrew and you're done. The sight on the gun looks very interesting. I would say that the appearance attracts attention. The glass element used in the sight has a slightly greenish blue color, but is very bright and transparent. The sight has 3 reticles to choose from: 2 MOA dot, 32 MOA circle with 2 MOA dot, and the 32 MOA circle itself. We have 11 brightness levels to choose from, the first 2 for night vision and 9 day settings. Level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. As you can see, the brightness adjustment is very wide and the maximum brightness is quite high. The manufacturer declares that the sight is free from parallax error. My test confirms this. The reticle does not move no matter where in the window is located. In addition, my camera cannot show it precisely, but in reality, the aiming point does not change the shape at the edges of the window. The point is visible at all times just as brightly and clearly. For me, the 32 MOA circle is a bit too big. I find it more comfortable to shoot with a 20 MOA circle in my Holosun comp, but it still works even when shooting still. The sight was with me on several training sessions in different lighting conditions, and in each case it performed great. The reticle is clear, setting the brightness was not a problem regardless of the lighting conditions. the sight holds 0 and simply does its job. And any failures that I had on the track I can only attribute to my skills. The Aimwin PN320 sight is made of good materials, has an interesting well thought out design and it's easy to use. In my opinion, it's an interesting mid-range proposition for someone who's looking for a medium-sized sight for a pistol in armored standard, which will provide a good quality image, a bright aiming point without a parallax error. Additionally, the sight offers up to 3 reticles depending on preferences. Whether we like a regular dot or prefer a circle or the combination, the sight has it. I also like that the sight automatically turns off in the absence of movement and that we do not have to unscrew it from the gun to change the battery, thanks to the screw-in drawer for it. I say the mid-range option because the sight costs around $230, which places it slightly higher in price to the cheapest proven designs, but still much cheaper than some top ones on the market. In my opinion, in this price range, it is a great buy. If you like today's review, I encourage you to support me by leaving a like and a comment. This will greatly help me reach a larger audience, thanks in advance. That will be all for today. Let me know how you like the Aimwin PN320 sight and if you use one, how it worked for you. And for now, thanks for watching and see you next time.